Hello, my name is Peter Knox and I design fly rods for Sage. I've got a couple rods that I want to show you. Both of these are mid-tier price point rods that we've come out with within the last year or so. And our goal with both these rod families was to create a set of tools that have the premium performance and look and feel that you'd expect of our highest end rods, but without the 900 or $1,000 price tag. So both these rods come in at 575 bucks and they're great tools. So I have the Sonic on top. This rod has a little bit more of a freshwater focus, and the Maverick below it, which is a little bit more focused on saltwater. Starting with the Sonic, these rods are great all-around tools as well as freshwater tools. So they've got kind of a classic fast action with a little bit of a softer tip, and they build a lot of power down lower in the blank. And this makes them great for a variety of applications. You know, they flex nicely if you're going to fish an aft to standard dry fly line. They'll protect light tippets, right? If you're going to fish 6X, maybe in a technical dry fly fishery. And they've also got the power to throw in the wind, to throw a bigger fly, maybe some heavier lines, right? The Sonic family comes in line weights 3 through 8 and 7 through 9 weight for two-handers. My favorite model out of the bunch is the 5 weight in an 8.5 foot length. A 5 weight line is, of course, a really versatile line. You can throw tiny little dry flies, you can throw hoppers, maybe some small streamers. And then the 8.5 foot length is super nice for trout fishing, in my opinion, because it's really accurate and it feels just really lightweight and sporty. So that's my favorite. But of course, the 9 foot 5 weight is the go-to for trout, and we've got these all the way up through 8 weight. So here we've got a lot of salmon and steelhead fishing in freshwater and saltwater. I travel to go bone fishing when I'm lucky enough to do that. And so if I'm looking for a rod that really does it all in a variety of applications, I would definitely gravitate towards the Sonic. Um, Now, if I was looking for a rod for saltwater fishing exclusively or for shooting head work exclusively, I'd take a strong look at the Maverick. These rods come in line weights 6 through 14, so they have a little bit more, focus on heavier duty applications. And they have a unique action in the space. They've got kind of a saltwater action, we call it, which features a stiffer tip section. Uh, we've all thrown a tailing loop, right? Or other wacky loops. And usually that comes from the rod tip dipping during the casting stroke. That's even exaggerated with bigger flies or heavier lines or a lot of casting power. So these saltwater rods that we have, including the Maverick family with more powerful tips, can help iron out some of those wrinkles in your cast. The more powerful tips also drive flex down lower into the blank, which allows you to load up the rod really easily and deliver a fly quickly, which is, of course, important when you're on a saltwater flat. You got to get the fly in the right spot, but you also have to get it there in time, which usually means ASAP. The other thing you'll notice about these Maverick rods is how thin in diameter they are, right? If you look at the blank. And if you look at the cross section, I don't know if you can see that, but we brought in the outer walls of the blank to make it look skinny. This also makes the walls thicker to compensate. If we want equal stiffness, we've got to make the walls thicker, which makes for a really durable rod. These rods are great if you're going to travel. You don't want your rod to break. So, these things have the durability. If you're going to flex them into the butt or the third section, it's really challenging to break them. The small diameter also cuts through the wind really nicely on some of the larger diameter blanks, and just makes for a really sleek tool. So if I was going to look for a bonefish rod or a tarpon rod or a striper rod, albie rod, I would definitely take a look at the Maverick. If I was going to look for an all-arounder for freshwater and saltwater look, I would lean towards the Sonic. So hopefully that explains some of the differences and why they're both great. And you can find them at Duranglers.